Peace, family. My name is Michael Jordan, and I am the Sirius Alchemist. And welcome back to another Thursday night book review. Today's book review is Man, the Grand Symbol of the Mysteries, Essays in Occult Anatomy. That is the Grand Symbol of the Mysteries, Essays in Occult Anatomy by MANLY P. Hall. Now, family, this right here is a serious piece of work. This book really explains that man and woman is the grand symbol of the universe. That man and woman is the grand symbol of the mysteries. Universe, earth, and man is basically one and the same. And that's what this book talks about. This is a real scholarly work, family. This is a real scholarly work. This book pretty much teaches how the human body is used in symbolism in a lot of literatures, like the Bible, the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, the Numa Elish, the Book of the Dead, and so on. The human body is really something special when it comes to the symbols of the mysteries. So this book right here, I want to read about the author, which was Manly Palmer Hall. He was born in 1901 and died in 1990. He was a Canadian-born author and mystic. He is perhaps most famous for his work, The Secret Teaching of All Ages, an encyclopedic outline of Masonic, Hermetic, Kabbalistic, and Rosicrucian symbolical philosophy, published in 1928 when he was 27 years old, family. He was only 27 years old when he wrote that book, Secret Teachings of All Ages. In 1934, Hall founded the Philosophical Research Society in Los Angeles, California, dedicating it to an idealistic approach to the solution of human problems. The PRS claims to be non-sectarian and entirely free from educational, political, or ecclesiastical control. And the Society's program stresses the need for the integration of philosophy, religion, and science into one system of instruction. The PRS Library, a public facility devoted to source materials in obscure fields, has many rare and scarce items now impossible to obtain elsewhere. In his over 70-year career, Hall delivered approximately 8,000 lectures in the United States and abroad, authored over 150 books and essays, and wrote countless magazines and articles. Boy, this dude was a one hell of a writer, man. Manly P. Hall. Family, this book is a must-have, especially if you want to understand the symbology that's in the Bible. You want to understand the symbology that's in a lot of myths around the world. You want to understand what's in world mythology and the symbolism that the human body provides, then this book is for you, family. This book is for you. There's another little piece in here I wanted to read that can give you a glimpse into what's inside of this book. This book is a masterpiece, man. And if you really want to know what the human body symbolizes, you'll purchase this book and put it in your library. Here's a picture of man, the squaring and circling of man. And what it says in the caption below is the squaring of the circle. In this drawing, Leonardo da Vinci combines the two figures from the architectural canons of Vitruvius, thereby revealing man to be the perfect measure and pattern of all things. The commentary of the great Roman collegian is as follows. For if a man be placed flat on his back with his hands and feet extended and a pair of compasses centered at his navel, the fingers and toes of his two hands and feet will touch the circumference of a circle described therefrom. And just as the human body yields a circular outline, so too a square figure may be found from it. For if we measure the distance from the soles of the feet to the top of the head, and then apply that measure to the outstretched arms, the breadth will be found to be the same as the height, as in the case of plane surfaces which are perfectly square. Now, that's the picture again, family, what I just read the article of, right? To let you know that man is a grand symbol of the universe. He is circled and squared, right? So, and I'm just going to read this little I want to read this little paragraph real quick on the first page. It's called Restating the Theory of Education. And I thought it was pretty interesting for me. So I would, we'll see what y'all think. I'm going to read this first paragraph real quick. In publishing this treatise on the subject of occult anatomy, we fully realize the gauntlet it must run at the hands of science. Though painfully aware of our own shortcomings in matters of treatment, we are convinced of the fundamental integrity and reasonableness of the doctrines which we have sought to defend. Plato was enriched by his philosophic vision. The modern thinker is impoverished by his unbelief. Compare the noble head of the Herculaneum bust of Aristotle with the victim of modern intellectual inbreeding, gone forth from our earth. It seems is the rugged grandeur personified by this old peripatetic. The hair lies in curls upon the broad forehead. The eyes of the dreamer gaze out from under the brows of the sage. There is a kindly humor about the concerns of the mouth. The short beard gives added strength. The head might be that of Zeus or Asclepius, divine rather than mortal. There were gods indeed upon the earth in those days. Professor Howard W. Haggard might well have been thinking of Aristotle when he penned the significant words. Only the highest types of men have the intelligence, the independence, the honesty, and the courage to admit their errors and to seek bias for truth, and to seek without bias for truth. To gaze upon the wreckage of our present civilization is to realize that when beauty is sacrificed to utility in the hearts of men, existence becomes but a ghastly travesty. Not to kill out idealism, but to make the world safe for ideals is the true purpose of education. High above the broad proscenium of great university is deeply carved this proud legend of enlightenment. Education is learning to use the tools which the race has found indispensable. Is life but a battle of wits? Are these tools merely scholastic rapiers, and is education but a coaching in the thrust of a parry opinion? Education obviously should fit youth for something better than a knight errantry of notions or a lancing of windmills. True education is learning how to build an adequate foundation under the ideals of the race. In the Dark Ages, education was liberation from bondage to superstition. In this still darker age, education must liberate itself from materialism, the most miserable superstition of all. The tools indispensable to the race are the higher aspects of philosophy, aesthetic, ethics, and metaphysics. For what shall profit a man to become the most skilled of artisans if his hand is not apprenticed to a creative vision? Education means the release of ideas and the determination of spiritual values. To the degree it falls short of this legitimate end, education fails to educate. So I just wanted to read that, family. Man, the grand symbol of the mysteries. And I'm going to tell you why you really want to grab this book and check it out. Because remember in the Bible when they talk about Moses parting the Red Sea, right? When the Pharaoh soldiers was coming after them, all that's really talking about, family, is on your back. If you take this peel the skin off your back, there's all these blood vessels on your back, right? When the Kundalini energy rises from the base of the spine, those blood vessels open up, and the Kundalini rises up the spine. That's all that story's talking about, family. That's all it's talking about. So it's not literal. These stories are not literal. They're symbolical. They're symbolic. They're symbolical. Man, the grand symbol of the mysteries. You feel me? Man is the grand symbol of the mystery. So family, if y'all interested in understanding the symbolism and all these world myths and legends and fairy tales, you understand that allegory, they're all allegories. And just like the story of Jonah, when he went into the whale, the belly of the whale. Now, who in their right mind could think a man could live in the belly of a whale for 3 days? It's just highly impossible. It just can't happen. So what that story is symbolizing and telling you about an initiation process, that it was an ancient initiation process they used to go through back then. And that's how they would describe it in symbolic form, right? So just understand, fam, a lot of these stories are very symbolical. So grab this book, family. Man, the grand symbol of the mysteries, Essays in Occult Anatomy by Manly P. Hall. It's an excellent, excellent read, family. So again, This is Thursday Night Book Review. My name is Michael Jordan. I'm the Sirius Alchemist. Please like and share and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate that. It helps me get to the algorithms. Again, family, man, the grand symbol of the mysteries, essays, and occult anatomy. My name is Michael Jordan, and I am the Sirius Alchemist. Peace.